Hey guys, welcome to JoJo Cider Reviews and More. I'm JoJo. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Red Tape. This is crafted by Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers out of Framingham, Massachusetts. On the front of the can it says drink hassle free, 5% alcohol by volume and 25 IBUs. So this is independently owned and operated. There's a little bit of confusion because on the front of the can it clearly says amber lager, but on Beer Advocate it says it is a dunkel. Now I wanted to kind of go over what the difference between a dunkel and amber lager, because it can be pretty confusing. They can be very similar. So according to Beer Advocate, an amber lager is a widely available sessionable craft beer style that showcases both malt and hops. Amber lagers are a medium-bodied lager with a toasty or caramel-like malt character. Hop bitterness can range from very low to medium high. Brewers may use decoction mash and dry hopping to achieve advanced flavors. Okay. Now a dunkel is an old friend of Bavaria. Munich dunkels are smooth, rich, and complex without being overly heady or heavy. They boast brilliant ruby hues from the large amounts of Munich malts used. And these malts also create a fuller bodied beer. In addition, the decoction brewing process lends much depth and richness of flavor. Little to no hop aroma is detectable. The nose is dominated by malty notes of bread, nuts, and perhaps a touch of chocolate. Hop varieties used tend to be German noble varieties like Teninger and Hallertau. Bitterness is often moderate, with just enough to balance out any sweetness. Again, kind of confusing because they kind of overlap. So I actually asked on a forum, Beer Advocate. I wanted to get people's input on Beer Advocate. They were very helpful, very nice. The consensus, or I seem to think people were kind of saying that Munich dunkels are kind of more like they have a deep, darker color, more of a nutty flavor, maybe a little bit of chocolate, whereas amber lagers are a little bit lighter. They have more of that caramel malt. And I think a little bit less bitterness too. I think dunkel is not too much bitterness in general. Again, they're very similar styles, but I'm going to rate this within the style of dunkel because that's what Beer Advocate listed, and I think that's closer to what this is. Okay, so it's Red Tape by Jack's Abbey. The holdup is over. When the brewery was first greenlit, this amber lager was our pilot brew, naturally carbonated with a full malt body. Red Tape has a flavor typical of Bavarian dark lagers. We've done all the hard work for you. Drink hassle-free, Prost. And sorry that was a little bit long, but I kind of wanted to, it can be kind of confusing when it comes to amber lager and dunkels. So let's go into the review. Let's go in for the pour here. All right. Very nice looking beer. Kind of like a light brownish, I would say. You can see through the glass, but it is kind of murky. Decent amount of bubbles streaming up to the surface, ascending bubbles, about 2 fingers worth of head. Off-white, cream colored head. Let's go in for the aroma. Maybe a touch of chocolate. It's malty, a little bit sweet. Kind of like a dark bread, like a pumpernickel type bread. So I'm getting that malt, the malty aromas. Clean water. Maybe a little bit of toffee as well. Smells good. Without further ado, guys, salute. Okay, that's good. I get some chocolate. Roasted barley malt in the flavor as well. A little bit of toffee, a little bit of caramel. So it's kind of where, you know, the two styles kind of overlap, amber lager and dunkel. Kind of getting that caramel, according to Beer Advocate, and you know, you kind of get that caramel flavored amber lagers, and I agree with that. Getting it here too, kind of a creamy flavor as well, creamy feel in the mouth. Going down very smooth. Mouthfeel is light. Very sessionable at 5%. This is like a crushable beer. In case you didn't know, Jack's Abbey only crafts lagers, okay? And so they also have kind of like a a brewery. They kind of branched out and made a different brewery, and this is called Springdale. I think one of the reasons why they made that brewery was to kind of so they could expand and kind of start brewing beers that aren't lagers. So I think they brew ales there, kind of like a sub brewery, like branched out from Jack's Abbey. This is really good. Pretty good lacing as well. Semi-dry finish, crisp, clean, easy drinking. I'm not really detecting any hops. If they're there, very, very, it's negligible, the hop bitterness. I think the bitterness is coming from the malt mostly, and like I said, nutty, caramel, but mostly I'm getting kind of chocolate, a little bit of coffee as well. For a score, very good. I liked the Von Trapp Dunkel a little bit better, but this is very good. This is close. I think I gave the Von Trapp Dunkel a 94. I'm going to go with a 91 out of 100 for this. A-, very good beer crafted by Jack's Abbey. A Dunkel. Again, I'm going to judge this within the Dunkel category. I appreciate you guys watching. Happy Friday. Till next time. Salute.